And welcome. It is Friday again, folks, and beautiful football weather. The view from Gina Tower Cam indicating there's a few very thin high clouds, and this isn't going to affect the nighttime low or anything like that. It's not going to rain. These clouds don't produce any rain. They're too high and dry up there. So, Gina, great view there. Thanks to St. Law Broadcasting. Go the opposite end of St. Law over in Vernon Parish in Leesville. We've got temperatures cooling on down, and likewise, we see the same high clouds there in the west and to the northwest. So here are my talking points for the next few minutes. So stay with me if you want to hear about a good weekend ahead. Warming trend coming. When is that happening? And what about Thanksgiving? Well, will it be wet? And how about Friday? Will it be dry? We've got the forecast coming up. Check things out. Otherwise, going into your radar, there's nothing happening here across central Louisiana. Again, the atmosphere is just too dry and stable to support any showers or thunderstorms. Satellite and radar showing surface high pressure creeping in from the northwest. This is a source of, again, a kind of a reinforcement of cool, dry air. Temperatures will bottom out again for tonight. Storm system east and another one west. This one, especially out west, has been a once in a decade thing, so a big one out there. Futurecast for us, let me step you through the weekend going into Saturday morning, say early for deer hunters. I think the chill will help maybe the deer moving. Remember, I've heard that deer don't like to run, don't like to move in warmer, hot, humid weather. And we've had plenty of that this November so far. We're on target for the warmest November on record, unless there's a huge cool down between now and the end of the month. Saturday evening entertainment, we've got you covered there. No issues for Saturday evening. Likewise, back to church on Sunday. No issues there for mid-morning. And throughout the day, Sunday into Sunday evening, relaxation there, or back to the evening church service. No issues, no rain or storms there. Flood alerts, only one for the Calcasieu River in Glenmora, so that remains in flood due to those recent heavy rainfall. All right, Saturday morning lows, so I'm going to do this. This is kind of a headline. How chilly will it be for tonight? And if we average 36, then that will be the chilliest morning so far this fall season. Now, we had a couple of cold mornings in October. I think the 17th was the coolest, but we had some couple of cold mornings recently. But I think in the morning we'll average about 36. Typically, we're 44 degrees. My forecast is for 36 for the average. So colder than normal start in the morning, nowhere near the record of 27 set not that long ago. Now you can see that the lowest readings, not on the map, but lowest reading I have on the map is a 34 in several different places, and the highest about 39 to 40 degrees. Don't see that on the map either, so I did a pretty smooth temperature distribution on the plot here. But there's room in the Cenla area for a plus or minus 4 degrees from that 36 degrees, and that's based on a mostly clear sky overnight, a light wind, and that type thing. So certainly I think we'll range from 32 to 40. I'm putting in a risk of a freeze tonight. Temperature, basically it will just touch 32, I think. I don't really see it going much further down than that. At about 5%. So 5 out of 100 thermometers in the area may touch freezing this morning. So very, very light freeze if it happens at all. Now, some other locations, a little bit more prevalent, will be some patchy fog. That would be patchy frost in areas that would be maybe low areas on rooftops and automobiles. Those type things would be the most favored locations for that. So, yep, definitely a fall chill in the air for your start Saturday morning. The overall setup, even some colder air up north. So these little fronts that we've had lately, just kind of a bleed off of some of this colder air, but that will actually penetrate southward into the states. And as we go into Monday, the beginning of the week, you can see, once again, this is the upper level pattern. So deep cold air in areas to the north of us, a storm system there. There's one in the Midwest and another one off the Pacific coast. But notice that we're in the ridge area. We're in the warm color here. And so that is what we've been in all month. And that is why we're on target for the warmest November on record, as I said, unless we have a huge cool down with that. Now let's check and see what's going to happen with the forecast going into Thanksgiving. Notice how this cool air makes a little progress southward. Now we've got a cold front coming in for Thanksgiving Day. I think it'll arrive probably about midday or something like that. And so that's part of this, a little bit of the chilly air kind of bleeding off, but as I put this further into motion, go later in the period, notice that the coldest air stays kind of shunted to the northeast of us, pushing out of Canada into the Great Lakes, into the northeastern United States, instead of down here. We still kind of have some high pressure in control of things. But even in this kind of pattern, Thanksgiving morning, we'll get a shot of some chilly air, just not the coldest air. That again would be up into the northeast. So here it all boils down to in the 7-day forecast. 36 and 67 for Saturday, a sunny day, partly cloudy on Sunday. No rain expected, but not as chilly, 41, which is still a little bit below average, 77 for your high. So a good warm up Sunday. And then Monday, your first front comes into the forecast. I will put in a 10% in the PM for that. It'll be a very warm day and a very warm morning. So that's your warming trend really kicking in hard on Monday. By Tuesday in the AM, I'll say about 20%, a little bit cooler behind that front, partly cloudy sky with that morning chance of a slight chance of showers. Going partly cloudy Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, so a little bit cooler Wednesday morning, 50 to 72 for your high. Temperature, once again, even that's above normal. And then for Thanksgiving Day, there's your front AM time, the showers, and maybe a few thunderstorms there for the most part. Temperatures maybe staying in the 60s, I would say, there on Thanksgiving Day. And then going into Friday, Shopping Friday, as I call it, 42 and 60, cooler. And probably a little bit breezy that day, but mostly sunny and drying out. So good shopping weather for Friday. All right, so that's a recap of what's happening this weekend and next week through Thanksgiving and the Shopping Friday. All right, Nick Bickis takes over in the morning.